So as you all know, uh, if you know HTML, then you may have a little bit idea about how lists work, right? So lists are of two types. They are, one is ordered list and second one is unordered list. Okay. First one is ordered list and second one is ordered list. Ordered list consists of what? Can anyone tell me what is an ordered list and what is an unordered list? Anyone is fine. Guys, I'm asking you only. Can anyone tell me what is ordered list and unordered list? Anyone? No. Okay, I'll continue. So ordered list is nothing but which has a proper order where that is either numerical or alphabetical or Roman numbers. Okay, ordered list is a which has the list of numbers like here. This is an order list because it all the number sequence is in order. Okay,
Based on the sequence, it is order, right?
what?
Based on the sequence, it is order list.
Yes, based on the sequence, it is ordered. Actually, any list which contains numbers, alphabets, okay,
Okay.
numbers, alphabets, and Roman numbers. This we'll call it as a list. Alphabets can be lowercase or uppercase. Roman numbers can be lowercase or uppercase. Okay. For some examples, okay, this is an order list. Otherwise, yeah, B. This is also an order list, or maybe like this. Yeah. This is also an order list, or else this is also an order list. And one more thing is also there. So list, any list which contains label as a numerical alphabet or Roman numbers, which is in a proper order sequence. This is called ordered list. Okay, unordered list. Unordered list, any list with bullets or dot as a label. Okay, that's unordered list. For example, here is everybody able to see?
Yes.
So this is an unordered list. Okay. So which contains instead of numbers, alphabets, and everything, it contains shapes, different types of shapes and symbols. Okay, that is another list. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So order list is nothing but which contains the labels, which contains labels as this is called a label, and after that we'll call it as a content. Okay. So which contains label as a numerical number or alphabet, lowercase or uppercase, any can be, or Roman numbers. That is called order list. For another list, which contains label as a symbol, either dot, either bullet, either circle, square, a flower, anything can be arrow symbol, dash. So all these types of lists are called another list. Okay, so that is called another list. I'll give some example. Just as I mentioned before, it doesn't need to follow any sequence. Okay, can be like this, or it can be like this. Use a long dash. It will be like this, or it can even be like this also. Okay, is it clear? Whatever the
Yes,
list
sir.
may be, whatever the list may be, instead of containing numbers, alphabets, and Roman numbers, it contains symbols. That is an another list. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for writing list for both ordered and unordered, we have the same syntax only. Okay, syntax. Uh, there is one ground rule with lists. Okay, so whenever we are writing a list, whenever we are writing a list, the list should be inside a para. Okay, whenever we are writing any type of list, either ordered or unordered, then the list should definitely occur inside a para, like here. Okay, is it
Okay.
clear?
Yes,
Let
clear.
me show you just one example. So as I shown before, so this is a list, right? Is everybody able to see? This is a list, right? This is an unordered list. Okay, so
Okay.
as you can see, this is a para. So we'll start a p tag here, right? Generally, we'll start a p tag here and we'll end it here. Okay, so but in this case, we'll start a p tag here, but we'll end it here. We don't end it here, but we'll end it here because we need to include the list inside the para. So every list must come inside the para. In case, in case if there is no para around a list, like yeah, here, as you can see here, this is also type of list. Okay, so just in case there is no para here, right? So for these cases, we'll use a dummy para here. Dummy para means we'll just use a para. We'll start a p tag here and we'll land it here. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, so I'll just give a note here. Okay. List, list always. uh, yeah. And again, this rule is for the Wiley client only. Okay. This rule is for the Wiley client only. Some other clients may follow, some other clients may not follow this rule. Okay. So
Okay.
as of now, we are following. We are having the Wiley client. That's why we are using. I'm explaining this. So in future also, you will just follow Wiley only. So just remember it. But even for some others also will follow this rule. But some others may not. But they will give you the explanation at that time. Okay. So don't worry about it. But as of now, remember that every list must occur inside a para. Okay. Is my voice clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's get to the syntax. For syntax, first we'll open a list. Semicolon c1 hyphen list hyphen. Okay. Okay. After that, we'll give list item. List item. Semicolon id c1 hyphen li hyphen 2601. Okay. Now we'll close the list here. Okay. Is it clear? So this is how we write a list, list item, and list close. But there is one more attribute here, which is style is equal to. If it is an order list, it is an order list. Style is equal to. It can be A. If it's alphabet, it's A. If it's numbers, it's one. If it's Romans, it's I. If it's lowercase Romans, it's I. If it's lowercase alphabets, A. Like that. Okay. I'll just keep one for order list. Style equals to A or okay. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll follow the same for another list also, but only the style changes. Okay. For another list also, we'll follow the same syntax. The style will change. The style will be either bulleted, can be custom, or it can be even plain. Okay. So for style equal to, we'll use for style equal to, we'll use bulleted, plain, custom, these type of things for another list. Okay. So if it's a normal bullets like dots, as you can see, for example, as I shown this here, for this is actually a dot. So this dot we'll call as a bullet. Okay. So for this we'll use bullets. Okay. And
Okay.
for all other symbols, we'll use custom. We'll use custom and try to give a label there. Okay. For all other symbols, we'll use custom list and try to give a label there. And and we have some list which don't have which doesn't have either numbers nor the bullets. It's just a plain list, just like here. This is also looks like a list, but it doesn't have any numbers, right? So you want to say example, one. See here, this is a list. Okay, but it doesn't have any numbers here at the start, right? Is it correct
Yes.
or not? Yes. But it doesn't have any symbols also, which means there is no label for this list. So for the type of lists we use style is equal to plain. Okay. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes, clear.
Yeah. If you have any type of bullet or symbol, we'll use if it is a dot, we'll use bulleted. And if it is any customization, like if we want different types of numbers, here one we want 1 point a, here we want 2 point c, 2c, here we want 3d. Okay. For these type of customized lists, for here we may want a1, here we may want b4, here we may want c2, like that. For this type of list, we'll use custom and we'll give label. Whenever you are using custom, we need to give label at each list item, like here. Okay. In this label, we'll give the custom number. For suppose 1a. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And if we have some other symbols, like here we have sharp symbol, and here we have hyphenated greater than symbol, right? So for this type of list, we'll use plain. We'll use style equal to plain, but here in this label, here we'll give another label. and we'll give this in this label we'll give hyphen and greater than symbol. Actually, in HTML, in XML, this greater than symbol is not actually allowed. This symbol, if you have this symbol, it will take as a tag bracket ending, like tag ending here, like this. Okay. For that purpose, we need to use entity values. I'll get to it later. Okay. So just first remember that we'll use symbols. We can also use symbols in plain if we have any custom symbols. Okay. Is it clear? Do you have any doubts?
No.
So up to now it's okay, right?
No.
So please note it down, guys.
You completed this.
Okay, has everyone noted down?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it's clear, right, for list?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, for list we have another concept called nested list. Okay, so nested list is nothing but list inside a list. Inside a list. This is called a nested list. For example, one dot.
ఇప్పుడు కట్టాలి కదా అది ఎప్పటికైనా టైం అయిపోతుంది. పదహారు వేల ఒకవేళ టైం అయిపోతుందంటే చెల్లి దగ్గర తీసుకోండి. పదహారు వేలు నేను చెల్లికి నచ్చిన కట్టేస్తాను అది అడుగుతున్నాడు రేషన్ కార్డు ఒక నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ కట్టుకోవచ్చు అనుకుంటే అడగద్దు. దాన్ని అడగద్దు. అది మీరు కూడా అడగద్దు, నేనే అడుగుతాను. మీరు
Okay, so this is actually a list 1 2 3. Inside that list, in each list item, as you all know, this Each element is called a list item. So in each list item we have another lists, right?
Yes.
Everybody can see, right? It's clear, right?
Yes, clear.
So for this type of things, we will just use the same link, same, nothing new, just copy it. For this type of list, we use. So in the first list item, will you just give another list? Is it clear? So this is actually a list item. Inside that list item, we are using another list. Okay. So this is a list A, and again this Y, this is capital A. Okay. So for the a list inside a list, which is called a nested list, for that we'll first give a list, then we'll open a list item. Inside that list item, we'll open a list again and close that list. After the list closing, we'll close the list item. Then we'll repeat the same thing. Okay. So this list item contains a new list. Is it okay? So this is called nested list. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
So everybody please note it down. So is it done, everyone?
గుర్తుంది కదా నీకు ఆ, అదే నీటి ట్యాంక్ ఆ లోపలికి వెళ్ళి కింద దిగదు సరే అవును. కింద నడుచుకుని వస్తుందా కింద ఇంటికి
Yeah, completed session.
Yeah. Okay. So,
వెళ్ళి
so for the list part, it's over, right? So, and there is one more rule I need to explain. So, inside a list item,
మీ కింద అలా ఉంటుందా నేను ఎక్కడ ఏదైనా దోస్తుంది అక్కడ దోస్తుంది
inside a list item, if a para occurs, if a para occurs, then entire content must contain inside the para. Okay. So what that means is we have different in some cases inside a list we may contain some different types of paras like here some, for example, we have some text here, and after that we will get another para here. I'm just typing randomly, and after that we'll get another para here. Okay. So these are three different paras. I mean three different paras. So if you give para to these two elements, two paras to these two elements, and leave this as a normal text list item text, then it will throw some errors in the validation. This is the Wiley rule. All this is a especially Wiley rule. So this should be one para. This should be one para. This should be one para. Okay. So whenever we are having a para inside a list item, then there shouldn't be any raw text inside that list item. Okay, is it clear? So when, guys, is it clear? Whenever there is a para inside a list item, then there shouldn't be any raw text there. All the text should be inside para. Okay.
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. So that is one of the Wiley rules. Okay. So I think with that the list concept is done. So we'll move on to figures. Okay. So we'll move on to figures. Figures are nothing but images, as you all know. So we'll have some images inside a PDF here, like this one. You can see, right?
Yes.
Yes. These are figures inside a PDF. For these type of figures, we have two types of figures. Okay, images are of two types. One is named or structured. We'll just use named. Structures is actually for table. We can also use for figures, but just use named and unnamed. We have two types of figures: named and unnamed figures. Okay, so named figures are which have a label here like this. Figure 1.2. This is a named figure, and this is called a caption. Okay, so for each and every figure, sometimes it may contain a name like this 1.3. Sometimes it may not contain. Okay, so if a figure contains a this figure 1.3 label and this caption, then it is called a named figure. Okay, see if it doesn't contain any of this and only the symbol or simple image is there, then it's called a unnamed figure. As an example, yeah, like here, this is an image which doesn't have any name or anything, right? Is everybody able to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these images doesn't contain any type of names or anything. That for that images we call them as a labels. Sorry, unnamed figures. Okay. For named figures, just give me a second, guys. So okay. So for there are two types of figures. One is named figure and another one is unnamed figure. For named figures, we have a name like figure 1.1, figure 1.2, or figure 1, 2, 3, like that, or fig 1, fig 2. Is that also fine? But whichever name it is, it has a name and a number for it. Okay, that is a named figure, and there is a unnamed figure, which is simply a figure without any name or anything. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So so what comes under actually a figure? Okay, in a PDF given to us, if you see any contents which cannot be like this flowcharts, we cannot represent these flowcharts in XML, right? Is everyone able to see?
Yes.
So we cannot represent these flowcharts in an XML file. So for these type of files, for this type of content, we'll use it as a image. Sometimes here figure 1.1 like this will be present, but it doesn't have any names. That's why it's an unnamed figure. But the flowcharts are actually a figure. Okay, and there is another thing. Some shapes or some content which we cannot represent like this. This is also a figure which we cannot represent in XML. All these types of figures we can use it as a figure. Okay, either it's named or unnamed. And this is also actually this is a table, but we cannot actually represent this as a table, right? It is a too complex, so we cannot actually represent this as in a table or any content. That's why we will also use this as an image. Okay,
Okay.
So this type of content can be used as images. For is it clear? Yeah. So now we'll get to the syntax. So for named for named figures, the syntax is figure
Cowboy Togala. You cobble over living on all the cop and that you cobble. Come on,
okay. So we'll use a figure tag first. In the figure tag, we'll use a label first. Whether it's 1.1 or any, we can it can be anything. After the label, we'll use media resource. Inside the media resource, we'll have two different attributes, which is an alternate ALT. We can keep it anything, but just keep it as an image. After that, we'll have href. Href is equal to, okay, we need to use a link here like URL column x hyphen value column ISBN number. I'll give a random ISBN number here. Okay, for suppose 9870473 return. Okay, after that, we'll use caption. And at the end, we'll close the figure tag. Okay, so this is a syntax for a named figure. So for each and every named figure contains a label and a caption. Okay, so for the named figures, we'll use a figure tag. This is actually a group tag. Okay, hence it contains a group of tags. This is called a figure group. Okay, it's a group tag. So for every group tag, for every figure group, it contains a label, a media resource, which is actually the figure. Okay, which is actually the image. This is actually the image, and after that there is the caption. Okay, this label is nothing but a number. We just need to give the number. The figure will automatically appear at the end. Okay, and the ALT is nothing but an alternate. Alternate is nothing but if the image is not loaded. Whenever we have given an image tag, we need to supply a media resource for that, right? So if the media resource is not present inside the folder and not loaded, then a scrambled image will be displayed. After that, the text will be displayed like this image. Whatever the text we have given here, that text will be displayed at that place. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So and this is actually the URL. URL. Okay. Uh, we need to save the image for like for example, this is the named figure, right? This is 1.3. This is 1.1. Okay. So for this type of figures, we need to save them. We right now we have image extraction tools, and they said you don't need to extract the images. We'll take the extraction part. The clients replied, but we can also save and send them. But the main part is for named figures. We need to save them with this is the image name we need to give. Okay. So we need to save two types of images for every figure. For every figure, we need to save the image formats. First one, JPEG. And second one, GIF. So for every single image, we have this media resource, right? So this is actually one image. For every image, we need to save two formats. One is a JPEG format, and another one is GIF format. So JPEG format name should be as follows: name NC1 F001. Okay. For GIFs, we'll use TC1. Is it okay? Is it clear? Dot JPG. Is it clear? So for each and every image, either it's structured or non-structured. Okay. I mean either it's named or unnamed. Okay. For any figure, we'll save two types of images. I mean same image in two formats. Okay. So please remember this. Don't get confused. For each and every image, either it's named or unnamed, we'll save two formats for each image. First one is GIF. First one is JPEG format, and the second one is the GIF format. Okay. So the JPG format will the name start with NC1F001. This is the name. For GIF images, this is the naming style. T C1 means chapter 1, C2 means chapter 2. That's according to your chapter. But N and T are the starting letters for each and every image. If it's a JPG, N should be the starting letter. If it's a GIF, T should be the starting letter. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. And whenever
Yes, sir.
we are giving the name here, we should remove these starting letters. The name should start with C1. Okay. Let me show you just an example. Yeah. Here, this copyright is not necessary. Here, as you can see, this is the href. So this is actually the link style will file. Actually, what we are doing is we are providing the media link here. Href means what? It's a link, right? A path. Okay. So this is the path we are providing. This is the style of path which Wiley uses. Okay. URN is the basic. Whenever we are typing URN, it takes as a path. Okay. After that, Xwiley. Xwiley is the client representation, Wiley representation. This is the ISBN number, book representation. This is the media, means we are searching for a media, and this is the component, means whichever the file, the C6, or will create different folders for each chapter. Okay, so it will search in that chapter. In that chapter, it will search for this C6 file, C6F001 name. If you need to place two names, I told you you need to place two images, right? N T. If you didn't place two images, it will throw as error in book level validation. There is a fourth validation called book level validation. For that, it will throw error. That is for a later part. But as of now, you need to remember that we need to provide any link in this format only. Okay, as you can see here, I'll get to that in the links part. But as we are referring to the media resource, as this is a href link path, I'm telling you this. So this is actually a figure tag. Everyone able to see, right?
Yes.
So we'll write a figure, named figure, especially named figure in this style. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. Okay. So for unnamed figures, sorry, again. So actually for named figures, and for unnamed figures, here UF. Okay. So for named figures, we'll create as a F. For unnamed figures, you will create as UF. UF means unnamed. Okay, unnamed or unstructured. Okay, you can it can be anything, but the important thing is we'll create as UF, unnamed figure. Okay, so for unnamed figures, the syntax is for unnamed figures. The syntax is block fixed. Okay, so this is what we use for unnamed figures, block fixed. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So for named figures, we'll use figure tag, figure group tag. For unnamed figures, we'll use block fixed tag. Okay. So everybody, please note it down. So is it clear, or are you having any doubt? Shall I repeat it? So okay, I will repeat it once again. There are two types of figures. One is named figure, and the other one is unnamed figure. So for named figures, we have a label, a image, and a caption. For unnamed figure, we don't have any label or anything. We'll have a simple image. Okay. So if there is a label, if there is a label as a figure 1.1 or figure 1.1, 1.2, or figure 1, then we need to give a figure tag. A figure tag is actually a group tag. So inside the figure tag, we'll use label, media resource, and caption. Inside the media resource, we'll give the path for the image as as in like here. Okay, this is the actual image path. This is the image name. This is the component name. Component means the chapter we are working on. For each and every chapter, we will call it as a component. Okay, this is the type of the file we are looking for, and this is the book we are searching, and this is the Wiley. Hence, we are using the Wiley client. This is the representation of Wiley client. Okay, this is the elaboration of the path. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, for the named figures, for each and every figure, we need to save the image in two formats. One is JPG and other one is GIF format. Okay. So the JPG format should start with the N. The GIF format should start with the T, as you can see here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for the named figures, we'll use a single F after the chapter number. For unnamed figures, we'll use UF after chapter number, as you can see here. Okay. So we need to save the image in two formats, and for the named figures, we'll use figure tag. For the unnamed figures, we'll use block fixed. Since unnamed figures doesn't have any label or caption, we'll just use a single media resource for that. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, clear.
Yeah, okay. Please note it down. Ah, shit. Huh.
వర్క్ అవుతుంది రో
Notes note చేస్తున్నారు. Notes note చేస్తున్నారు. నేను మ్యూట్లో పెడతాను. మ్యూట్లో పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. Yeah, is it done?
Yeah, completed session.
Yeah, okay, good. So next, what we are left is tables and equations and links, right? Yeah, tables, equations, box plots, disports, and links. So tables is actually a big concept. So it seems like figures. We can continue tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll continue the remaining tomorrow.